That was something. So, I just watched a video. Actually, I should start off with Season 2, Episode 30. And guess what? This is a 5 in a row stream for the first time, I think, ever. 5 days in a row streaming. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so super random. I watched a video on Speed, Speed. They're one of the main guys from Donut, who left Donut, whatever, a car channel. And he was talking about AI stuff. And I know there's AI stuff out there and blah, blah, blah. But it's kind of crazy when you factor in how many AI YouTube channels are generated like every day or every hour that generate garbage or just like fake things, and how it's like a compounding effect of generation. And so it's like, okay, whatever, but YouTube's just like you consume YouTube, whatever. But then it's like, oh, okay, there's also like medical papers and research papers that are being generated this way by students who are like, oh, I'm gonna do it the easy way and just use AI. And how if that gets through the cracks, like let's say a university publishes a paper on the effects of foot cream, something like that, and it pretty much says, hey, you should use this foot cream that has this one carcinogen in it because it actually will be okay. And that gets published. And then someone else comes along and writes another paper, and the AI is citing that previous paper. So you have this compounding effect of the wrong data, which, we're talking about AI, but like this kind of compounding effect has been around forever. You think about as a kid playing the game Telephone, right? It goes back a lot further where things are done and someone makes a mistake, but it gets pushed through. And so no one knows that this is a mistake. I've seen it in security stuff where something gets through that shouldn't have gotten through, and it goes generations of it like still being there, and then it just becomes a weakness, a breach, something that could be exploited. So that's my little rant about that kind of stuff. And, as a father, I worry about like what my kids consume. Like, I really don't want them being on YouTube. Like, that's like, YouTube is like not a credible source of information anymore. I mean, at one point it was kind of like there was that cusp there where you could actually see the people that were trying to like show you stuff. I used it a lot for car related things. But now it's like everything you look at has to be taken. You almost have to take more time examining what you're looking at than actually trying to, take it in. And that's why, I talk about using generative AI to help with coding. But it's like, I have enough knowledge in code to see right away, like, what's been generated, if it's going to be viable or not. And I realize that that's that's just a small skill that I have. Same thing with like stuff that I enjoy and I like, but someone else might not. And all it takes is a malicious person to generate something that gets put in the pile of possible generations, and all of a sudden you have things that are being made that are not very good or stable. And yeah, so that's just kind of like the crummy thing. I'm starting off kind of bummy today. It's a Friday. I should be like happy. Get to play Warhammer today. I'm really excited. I don't even have to drive. It's great. But yeah, so just a little bit of a weird start. Sorry. I apologize for my bumminess. You know what? You're a good person, I think. I don't even know you. See, that's the thing. You talk into a camera. You look into the camera. You say stuff. You don't know who's on the other end. But yeah. Buy my game. Yeah. I'm a real person. I'm not AI, so I struggle with my stuff. Yeah. Let's let's keep on keeping on. That's so weird. I think that's some sort of I think that's a lie. I think that's why it's a lie. There's lies. Okay, so let's what were we working on before? We were working on some stuff yesterday. We're getting some good progress. This week's been a very productive week, and I'm very happy about it. I think we got to the item shop. Yeah, maybe let's just add. We got leveling. Yeah, maybe. Let's just do a run and see what happens. Oopsies, wrong button. Let's go. Let's just start going at it. Oh my god, yeah. God. I don't know why I'm tired. I kind of went to bed early last night. I wanted to go to bed early. I wanted to start today early. I wanted everything to kind of, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Yeah, there's no real combat, right? Well, there's combat. It's just I don't have much in the way. Oh, a treasure room. I think that'll cause me a short. So let's go here. And, yeah, we'll pick him. Did he not? Oh, he did not have enough to beat this. That's why. Because if we go here, what's the value? 2? 2's our value? He doesn't have a speed of 2? Oh, he doesn't. His speed is 0. Ooh. So, what I think I should do is maybe not use speed. I think that's kind of where maybe I need to change it. Excuse me. Actually, you know what I should do? I should quickly check that one. Nope. Nope. This. Yeah, we have the success image, the failure image. See, these are going to get way more complicated. I realize I'm going to have to, make prefabs. Ooh, I wonder if I can... Can you make... there must be a way to do that. Huh. Quest scroll. Buttons, effects. Enemies, interactable items, maps. I might have to make one. Yeah, I could do that. Ooh, that is an idea, excuse me. Let's go back to this. And we'll run it. And we'll choose you. And we'll do combat. We'll do that. We'll end the combat. Do another combat. There shouldn't be, it should not generate a boss. We shouldn't have a boss. See, this shouldn't be generating. Fourth floor. Yeah, these bosses shouldn't be generated. Oh, we leveled up. I guess it's next level. Why did he go up there? No. We may need to put it over here. Yeah, so here in that level up. Actually, wait, where's our ladder data? Ladder data. Let's go 0, 0, 0. Right. Hero holder. Let's put our hero holder. Actually, let's just put ladder data off somewhere. See, it's right in the middle. We're gonna just put ladder data over to the side here. Okay. Something like that. I'm gonna run this, so then when it like pulls things from there and pushes things back, it's just off screen. Grab you, fight. Now we're gonna jack up this slime. XP will give 5. Enter. Spear. Okay. Next level, and then she's gone. So the next thing after that, once it pulls that everyone, check if here's ready to train, next level, blah, blah, blah. We need to do a thing with that. So let's make it so we can actually get out of there. Yep, we'll save this. Go here. Continue button. That's what we need to have check. Oh, it actually does continue. Continue does do something. That's the other thing. This is the back to ladder button. Yeah, it does that. Okay. Go here. Check if he was ready to train. Display stuff, display stuff. Check up calculator, level up. Rewrite display, check if he was ready to train. Is done leveling. Select first hero. Okay. So if we go to select first hero, if hero transforms universe equal to true, do that. If so this is false, so it doesn't do this. It goes to here. If H is greater than child count, all heroes are done. So then this goes through, right? So this one does it. It goes H, so 0. Ready to level up, blah, 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 blah. Ready to level up becomes false. Do this, and then we're out of it. Then, when we run it again, it'll see this is false. So it doesn't do this. Then it goes to here. And then count. Okay, it goes back to here. This goes up to 1. The count is 1. Does it get broken here? Okay. Yeah, it should be all done. Why didn't that work? I don't know. Okay. So then it's all done. And I should make my continue. Grab the button here. Continue button. It's false, false. So really, then here, all done. Yeah, so then this is where it's going to be. What? So why don't you generate one for... What the heck? Why don't you generate one for return of master X? Oh, just gonna pause my mic. Pause my mic. This is just No, you didn't lose me. I just had to take a phone call. I should have put something up to, like, state that I wasn't around. Just, yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just, you know, you try to, like, help people sometimes, and they don't see the help for what it is, and whatever, just a weird thing. So what was I writing? Trying to get this button to continue. Also, good morning. Good morning. Pour one out for 3 a.m. restart. Okay, we gotta set this button to active. True. We should turn off the other buttons. Yes. 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 So we'll turn off. This training button's off. So when do I turn the training button on? Because somewhere that button's getting turned on. Check if hero's ready to train. There we go. So we go check if hero's ready to train. Okay. If blah, 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 blah. If hero level is greater than unit next time to train ability, set this to true. Yes, this button gets turned on. This gets set. This shouldn't actually turn on here. Actually, we should just add a... We'll just do check with it. We'll make a different thing. Check. Check if ready to continue void, and we'll do this. So this is the big one. So okay, if that's true, we'll do this. We'll also drop the other two. This training button and level up button. Active set to false. And technically we should put the leveling up button. Oh, I guess actually we can put it here. This can be turned off here. Yeah, because we don't need it here. Everyone's leveled up, so level up button dot set active is going to be false. Boop. Yeah, so we're all done. That's going to be that. We don't have to think about it. And then here we'll call this one afterwards. And pretty much it just has to check that. Well, maybe we'll put some bools, some extra bools here. That's UI things. Let's just put it here. Public bool all done leveling, public bool all done training. So pretty much if both these bools are good, so on awake, do all this stuff. On start, we will make, we need this one, if all done leveling equals true, and all done training equals true, then we're going to do this. Control X, V, debug dot log, ready to continue. Good. So this one, we're also going to add all done leveling is equal to true. And I guess we can just have them set to, well, they'd be false off the bat, okay. And then technically this one is, this is check if hero is ready to train. What am I calling this? Oh, it's after we do the level up calculation. Level up calculation. Check if hero is ready to train. Cool. Then it does this, is done leveling, select the next first person. So really, this, if they're level, this is just checking that and doing that. So that's only one, and we'll need hero holder dash from child. Okay, yeah, we'll just do that. Because anyone who's training up, oh, this is a little bit harder because not everyone might be training, but everyone might, how many people are leveling and how many people are training? Oh, this is where it gets a little sloppy, right? Because here we check everyone. And it goes the first person in the list, does their thing. We do this. Blah, blah, blah. This breaks. Okay? So we set everyone up. Select. So this is how to do it. Select this. Does the stuff. Cool. Continue button. Train up button's false. We go through here. We do this. We grab the first person that's ready to level up. We break out. So then they will be training. Yeah, is ready to level up. We click the train button, which causes the level up. So we do this. Level up plus plus. Rewrite. Check if they're ready to train. Cool. Yeah. Select the next person. If they're ready to train, check if the right train. If this is true, the button comes true. This shouldn't happen until you actually click train. So I need a training page. That's the thing. This shouldn't happen just yet. This should happen only after that button's clicked. Yes. So we click this. Yeah. Yep. So this is... Yeah, so I'm going to have to put it here. I'm going to have to make a separate canvas, I guess. I'll make a duplicate canvas. I'll make another canvas. So this is going to be UI level up stat, and then we're going to make another canvas. Here we go. It's not going to be in there. We want it to be separate. Yeah, we're going to give you what's going on here? Yeah, now here we go. This, you get the main camera too. This one will be UI level, or yeah, whatever, UI train skill. There we go. Okay. So this one we don't need right now. Boop. This one we'll need. This one's going to be a copy of our other one. Where you have to select what's... that's where I wanted to write my drag and drop code. Level up stats. I mean, this would technically still have both things. So UI values. Let's add public, whatever, game object. Game object. UI level stats, public game object, UI training skill. Okay, train skill. Okay, so we'll do that. Actually, we can do another little bit of code in there. On awake, yeah, it does all this stuff. Start. We just have to put UI level stats dot set active. Actually, no, just we don't actually have to do this. It should be preset like that. Then when we hit the train button, so we're gonna go public void train button. This one is going to do this. next training level. Okay, yeah, so let's do this. This is gonna go and gonna write out UI stats.setActive will be false. So we're turning off that one. UI level skill training dot set active will be true. So that will switch our two things from one to the other, which is good. And then we're gonna have we'll have another public void finish training button. Actually, we could just do this part actually in there. Control X, Control V. There'll probably be more information here. We will have this switch back. Control C, Control V. And true, false. Here we'll call it debug.log. Swap to training UI. Okay. So yeah, if this is true, we'll swap to the training UI. And then, so then we're gonna need some other buttons there. Yeah, we're gonna probably need some other buttons, but we'll do that in a bit. Man, I don't have any music. I'm just like humming to myself. It's funny, I realized my YouTube stuff got like copyright struck because I had like some of the this it was playing music that it like picked up on, and it's like, oh, this is copyrighted. But I don't have anything on YouTube, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. What was I gonna do? Yeah, I was gonna make some stuff for this one. You know what? Let's just save. And I want to take a look at one of the ones I already created. No. Shop, revive, level up, recruit. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the one. So we could probably steal a lot of this canvas stuff. Stat increase. Oh, I don't know. Character moves. This is the move upgrade. Confirm back to moves. No. We're gonna leave this. This is a prototype. We're not gonna really use this actually. Let's go back and we'll build it from. Okay. Let's figure this one out. Drag and drop. Oopsies, not what I wanted. Unity. Drag and drop 2D. Inventory. Ooh, that could be one. So this is. I guess I shouldn't do research on stream. Actually, I just kind of feel like it's a short series in which I teach you how to create your own inventory system using Unity Engine using C#. You will be able to drag and drop items, switch and stack them, drop them outside. Yeah, that's actually really good. This drag and drop system actually might work. But I will have to do that. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do my drag and drop after. Let's think about how I want to set this UI up. So yeah, so we're gonna need some stuff for this anyways. So we'll throw in an image. I like that our hero would be somewhere here. And we'll also probably need a because where's the hero location here? I might have to make 2 hero locations because it puts the hero here, but I might have to make that so whatever floor, and we're gonna just kind of, because yeah, we know we're gonna have another thing over I'm just gonna kind of build roughly what I'm thinking. So you have a thing. You'll have where the hero is going to be. Whatever, 0.5. Maybe make you 1, make you 4, something like this. The hero's going to be here. We want the hero to be bigger. So I'll make this 8. This is 2. Kind of like here. We're going to need some text. Up here. We should say how do we want to say this? We need to say give information. Selected skill. Double this up. Let's make this 100. So we'll have the selected skill here. We'll give it a little flare. Or 5. So make this 10. 2. No. 4. This is banner. this is word background. Oops, what the heck happened there? Why is this not doing what I want? There. Something like that. Then we'll bring this. And then I kind of want like the idea of it having whatever. We'll actually just take this. Oops. No, how do I do this? I can do it here. I can do it like this. This is just me. There. This is kind of just a prototype thing, but we'll use this as a prototype. Save as PNG. We'll call it desktop. Prototype skill button. Okay, then we don't need this anymore. We're going to find that prototype skill button right there. Bring that into Unity. And stuff. Should be there. There it is. Doesn't have to be that big. Oh, whatever, it has to be that big. Okay, well, let's just none, no filter, apply. I believe I bring this in. Wow, that's just huge. What is this? What is this considered? It's a render thing, whatever. We'll put it in here. I don't know why you're so gosh damn. Oopsies. Kind of something like this. Something here, and then you just drag your. You drag them over. We're also going to need some buttons. Here. And this button will be button finish training. Yeah. Train up. Oops, not what I want to do there. So something like that. So this will be the train up button. We'll put it over here. Yeah. This is a train up button. Well, we'll just make this a little bit bigger. Ooh, not that much bigger. Let's go two times bigger. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if I need to make a reset, but whatever. We'll have that there. And then here's where we'd have our words. which then you can drop into here. And then that's the idea. And then our person, our floor can be a little bit lower. Something like that. Probably need to just throw in a crummy background. Something, actually we could just use something like, I'm gonna use that, I guess. I'm just gonna use this, and then whoop. It's not a crummy background, but I just want something just to kind of give us a little, so this is whatever, 20, something like that, and then we'll darken it, something like that, or maybe we would take maybe something like this, yeah, whatever, something like that. Something like that. So then I almost feel like I need a border for this. Maybe I do need a border. Do I have any border-like things? Something like this. A good border. Alright, we're only going to use this one for now. There we'll go 20. Now if I do this, will this, yeah, whatever, let's go 10 by 10, and I'm sure I can do, no, it's not as what I want it to do. So it doesn't really matter if I do it one way or the other. It's kind of like the idea of a border. Yeah, something like that. We can shift this over. It's nothing like fanciful, but it's the prototyping of it, right? So it's like you'd have your stuff that goes here. This would be locked out. Oh, you'd have to pick your whatever your base move is. Probably have to have those. Yeah, let's maybe add some more buttons. Yeah, so we'll add another couple buttons. Yeah, so this will be whatever, skill 1, and then we'll duplicate, and duplicate. Bring this like here. So what is that? Positions 50? Cool. Let's go 80. Position 50. Let's go 60. Nope. 50. Nope. 40. Then your skill is 2. Skill 3. And you're going to be whatever, 50 at 0. And you're going to be 50 at -20. Nope, -40. There we go. This will be skill 4. Okay. So this is all of them. Should I scale them up a bit bigger? Because this is, you're gonna pick one of these. I should probably scale it. Or maybe I put, because I don't want. No, let's make the drag drop distance closer. Prototype button. Let's bring this here. Guess we're just gonna make it a little bit smaller so it can fit in here. Whatever, it'll be fine. And then we'll take our buttons. Yeah, and we'll take button 1 and 2. Something like this. And then we'll take button 1, negative 400. Button this, negative 400. Actually, I want to scale these all up, actually. Let's scale them all up. Yeah, something like that. One and 2. I'll have to like redo this, but the idea is that yeah, you select. Well, I guess these wouldn't even be buttons; they would probably be toggles. So whichever one is toggled. Shoot, did I do that wrong? Did I do that wrong? Is there toggles? There's toggles. Ah, I should have made them toggles. Whatever, they're gonna be toggles. They're gonna set whatever your thing is here. And then you can drag and drop whatever words will be up here. Word background, let's give this a cool thing. I don't know, something like this maybe? Yeah, something like that. 100. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll have whatever our word objects will be in there. And so you grab them. I mean, we could also maybe add a test. Oh, you know what? I might have to do... Might have to add some sort of information. Like what it's gonna do. Because how many words would you give? I need a word list pretty much too. But let's assume, let's just put some text there. Which is this image? This is border. Border. Yeah, so we'll just add in this just some text. Ooh, that doesn't have to be that big. Why is that so janked? Oh, it's because this is so janked. Alright, so if I make this back to 1, I still don't get why this is so huge. I guess I can put this back to 6. Yeah, no, it's because the scale. Yeah. And then we're just gonna boop, boop, and we say flaming. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll have like flaming here. Duplicate. Whatever, we'll just call this, what is it, text, word. Delete this one. And we'll go duplicate. And duplicate. Right, so you, probably, maybe we, yeah, whatever, we'll duplicate one more. And we'll have this. And then maybe we do something like, oopsies, not wrong ones. You need to come back up here, go 1 and 1, oops. Something like, just offset them. Something like that. Flaming frost. Or actually, no, let's go water. And here we'll go. Oh, actually, no, we could do, yeah, whatever. No, let's go twin, just because I have twin there. And here we can go ultra. It's not going to have ultra on it. And flame. So the idea is something like that, really. And so what's going to happen? I'm going to do my research and my prototype for that code. But this is kind of the way it's going to work. You select which move you want to have as your base. Skill base. Yeah. Maybe I have to add a little text in there. Just go like this. And grab you and you. Oopsies, you and you. I'll just bring it down a little bit more. I'll add another piece of text. Stick this here. Base skill choice. Make this 400. Make this black. So that's a base skill choice. So yeah, so you have your base skill choice. Click one of these. This is going to be drag and drop these into these slots. And then skill, selected skill. So yeah. So you have this and that, and then once you train, it locks it in. Then I'll have to have some sort of like effect, some like stars or whatever come in on there. But yeah, and then we know that once we hit that training button, where's that train, finish training button? This finish training, boom. So yeah, there's gonna be some drag and drop stuff here. Right now I can do select, but yeah, and then these would be empty, and you could technically move them around if you wanted to. Flame, ultra flame, twin, ultra flame. You could like move these around if you wanted to make it grammatically different, but as long as this gets filled with what it can be filled with. And then I'll have to make it so that you can right click this to like try it at different things, and it'll animate here. So we do need to add, I'll probably need an animator. Do I put it in here? Or do I make a completely different one? Okay, let's just save that. Save this. Let's go look at the other one, how the other one was written up. How did I write my old one? Trailer. I think this is it, yeah. This is the level of controller. Does it still run? Let's check if it still runs. Okay, so this still kind of runs. Yeah, see, it's like you do this and it resets the thing. I mean, he should just be bigger. Let's bring Homie down. So he looks good while he's doing it. And then it's like, charge attack. Goopcha! See, there's supposed to be a glint. A little dink. Doot, doot, something like that. And then something like that. And then you'd confirm. And then that would change the name. And then this get doubled into, this would be like in his move set. Now let's look at how this was written up. Okay. Gets their stuff, takes the text of whatever that thing is. Attack button 1. Change the animation. This is this thing, so I'll have to have like, yeah, I'll have to have an animation thing that changes. And it has to know what thing it's doing. This is where it gets really, really complicated. Because it's like I have to modify animations to make them work with things. Only to mostly elements and stuff will be like particle based, but something like, oh, no worries, it's okay, it's no worries, be happy. Yeah, so I gotta do, and then this is just animations, triggered stuff. What the heck's the rest of the code? Is that it? Oh, it just does the animations. Okay. Huh. I guess this wasn't actually a fully written thing. This was just for trailer-based stuff. I just built a really... Oh, effect of the ability, yeah. Sacrifice, energy, multiplier, element, base attack, and type. Yeah, this is old. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. This is... I think I might have to make a separate script that does the training. Does that change? I think I might make a separate script for it and make my life a lot easier. Just because then it's in its own thing. I'll put training system. And yeah, we'll just create a new thing here. Training skill system. And so this will be my new thing that I use, and it'll have more stuff in it because it can have all the drag and drop code, or maybe that might be its own separate script too. I might have to make drag and drop its own separate script actually. So yeah, so we will get rid of all this stuff. So what is this script gonna do? This will control the training hero scene. So data needed is the current hero training. What skills okay, we will have to like rate the words based on some sort of check system to not double up or give like multiple of all ultimate attacks or ultimate words. I'll be going to get a gift, but I'll be back. Oh, okay. Do you know where you're going? Probably Michael's. Okay, no worries. Will you be back for lunch, or am I eating lunch alone? Drag and drop words into the... Okay, cool. Drag and drop words into the move, I guess, slots? And allow for shuffling words around. Lock out last trained skill. So, example, i.e., if stab was trained last, it can't train this time. So then we can also like rewrite. Oh really? You just show up and that's how you're gonna do it, huh? That's how you're gonna do me dirty. Get to it, old man. No, thank you. I'm feeling it today. Let's see. There we are. Something like that. There we go. That's good. Surprisingly, that was actually I think worse today than it was yesterday. I just felt heavier. My form was a bit better. Oh, I think my form was great. It's probably not muscle mass. What was I gonna say? Was okay. My form was okay. No, my form was perfect. You just see my badonka butt and you're like, oh, he's bending. And if I was bending, it would be harder. Have you ever done a tiger push-up? And go try a tiger push-up. See if you can do one of those. Yeah, go try a tiger push-up. Do you know what a tiger push-up is? You ever done a tiger push-up? I don't think I could do a tiger push-up now. I'd probably fall on my face. Did you visit yesterday or no? You catch my stream yesterday? This is the first week of a 5-day. Streamed every single day. Well, yeah, 5-day. Oh, I'll show you something kind of neat. Not this. This is prototyping stuff for. This is prototyping stuff for that I have to code later. I don't wanna do my research like doing watching YouTube videos and trying to figure out how I want to do something while I'm streaming. So that's just prototype that up. But if we go here, yes, we'll save that. We can try this. Look at this. It looks a little. Yesterday I decided to do a little art. It's a little bit artier looking. A little more, something. I do have to change these icons and I have to make the words all nice, and I probably have to make these buttons and boards things better, but like the background, it looks kind of cool. And we can go here. Yeah, whatever, recruit someone, do another battle, and keep going. Hey, there we go. We got a treasure room. What, the background stuff? No. This background stuff isn't generated. I can't generate pixel art. This is from a pack. So no, it can't. Honestly, I've looked into it. It's not good. A person does it. Shouldn't be used. I can try. Yeah, no. Especially the smaller you go, because I played with something that was like a Unity plugin, and all I wanted to do was make portraits. Like just like a pixel art portrait of a character. And it can't make anything. Can't remember if it can't make anything that looks good under 64 pixels. So it has to be upped. So like if you're like more than 64, it can make an okay looking thing. But if it's like below that, it doesn't know how to like arrange the pixels. But yeah, so this is some extra stuff. You can loot. Creates a mosaic like effect on 3D models. Look like a pixel frame. Yeah, actually I saw a guy, he's got a really cool Unity build. And he's using a really neat shader. His game's all 3D. And he's using a really cool shader to make his like game look pixel art, which is pretty neat. Also, I think that same dude is also doing coded animation. So there's no rig. I can't remember how. Yeah, he uses something interesting in like Unity. He has like a coded animation. So he's got these like 4-legged bots that like move, and they like know where to like. I don't know. It was neat. But yeah, so we can take a shortcut. Oh, let's take a shortcut. And then it brings us to here. You found an area to rest. Who will stand guard? Pick someone fast. Yeah, speed come into play. Animate the bones through code. Yeah, it's just procedural animation. That's what it is. Procedural animation. I guess this doesn't work actually because he doesn't have a high enough skill. I wonder if I can do it again. If I like jack his skill up, will it like be okay with that? Let's jack his speed up. Jack speed. Make this 5. Now let's try it. Boop. Oh, it did work. Success. Technically, we should be good. But yeah, so now I have the quest system, which is good, and I have my. You can go to the item shop. It doesn't do anything yet, but you can go there. Grab you. See if I can find an item shop. Nope. Let's do a combat and then we'll find an item shop. OG Robot reboot show was made that way. Wait, really? I didn't know that. Oh, look, we can go to the treasure room. That's actually kind of neat to know that. That must have been so hard because they have like, I guess if you first built one facial animation, you can kind of just press that button again. Do this face, do that face. But geez, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, so now we can go to the items. I want to just fix this real quick. Yeah. But yeah, so that's some stuff that's upped. I have to... It was a very early 3D, so GUIs were as refined, so they would just say at X frame, rotate the arm up 60 degrees on X axis and 20 degrees on Y axis to get all their movements. Wow, I didn't know that. That's actually really neat. That's a cool kind of thing to like know about. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I actually have to get enough kind of done visually for the end of the month. So I do have to kind of work on some art stuff to kind of make the ladder work a certain way. Because I have to submit for Next Fest by April 30th. Yeah. I don't know if I have to submit a build. I have to look into it. But it sucks because Next Fest is not until like June. But April 30th is the submission deadline. Because I guess they spend a month reviewing stuff. So yeah, so doing a little prettying up here and there, getting certain things up and going. It's kind of like the big things. But yeah, we're almost there. Almost to where I want to be. And that's what Can and I are doing now. What are you guys doing right now? Her short submission deadline is mid of April, but the show isn't until June. Oh, okay. The oh, so she's gonna be like in a show, like a, is it like a go-to kind of thing, or is it just like an online kind of thing? Are you willing to tell me what it is? What kind of... It'll be a go-to thing, and the video will be online later. What show is it? Can you tell me what show it's going to be? It's just an animated music video shoot. Then it's called Ottawa Animation Showcase. Oh, okay. That's cool. Ottawa Animation Showcase. Has it been running for a while? Showcase. Wait, is that under the Animation Film Festival? It's an event called the Animation Showcase 2 years ago. But is that like, does that fall under the Ottawa International Animation Festival? Or is that like its own thing? Oh yeah, it doesn't work. Remember, filter. Doesn't like anybody sending me naughty pictures. It's separate from the International Anime Fest, but she could submit for that if she wants to. Should. We are hiring. Apparently the festival is hiring. I don't know what that would mean. What would be to work at the animation? Work with the OIAF. Public outreach, film operations assistant, special events assistant, industrial event coordinator, speaker relations coordinator. Interesting. Interesting. Did you send me that link on a different thing? On what's it called? The what's it called? Discord. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say words. Send me that link on Discord, whatever you just tried to send me before. Except from, I didn't. It's not a big deal. It's just a small group of animators in Ottawa area. Lol. Back to code. I think it's a big deal. I would like to know more. Tell me more. I would like to. Would you like to know more? Yes, I would like to know more. I'm curious about it now. I didn't even know there was an Ottawa International Animation Festival until I looked that up. And yes, she should definitely submit her... Well, okay, what's the criteria for a short film for it, though? Formal opening. Deadline's May. But what's, like, the restrictions? 1 entry per category. What are the categories? Categories. Feature film, narrative short, non-narrative short competition, student animation, commission film competition, animation made for young audiences, animations made for teens, animated series. I'm assuming this would be non-narrative because it's a music video. Short form, non-commissioned animation video suggests maximum length 30 minutes. We define non-narrative as a short without a clear narrative or cause-effect plot line. Interesting. Oh, Instagram. Oh, that's cool. They kind of do it. Do they do it in like a theater room? That's actually kind of neat. I gotta admit, that's cool. Doing it where you can actually like see like, stuff. That's pretty neat. Oh man. Stuff like this. Yeah, they rent out a theater. No, that's pretty neat. But yeah, she should definitely submit to the non-narrative short film. Do it. You should submit it for her. You should just like take her short after it's done and just throw it everywhere. Just like ba 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 ba. Put it out everywhere. Do you get a what's it called? A thank you in the credits? Is there? Ooh, there's gonna be credits. You get a thank you in the credits. To my loving fiance, Stefan. Also, where's the music? What music is it like? Just random music? Is it a specific song? So the music might be the weird thing. The weird thing, they what? They don't trust you. They want to eat it. You're going to AI the music. You guys are going to write a duet. They discussed if they want to use a non-copyright music rule, but are unsure at the moment. Oh, honestly, just to be safe, I'd go just pick a non-copyright music. Short is a music video from AJR song that inspired her years ago. AJR. AJR is a pop band. A pop band. The AJR brothers. Is there music that I know of? The world's smallest violin. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know the band. Yeah, I don't know them either, but I probably do know them. I probably heard something of theirs. I probably heard something. Alternative indie. They're from the New York and Americana. New Yorks. Most often is a common saying. I know it's a common. I guess maybe I'm thinking sayings. But yeah, well, that's cool. Or she contacts them and is like, "Hey, I'm entering a animated short thing. I was inspired by your song. Will you give me permission to use your song in my little animated video?" You could never know if you don't ask. Because, they're an indie band. They might love that. They probably would love that. She should message them on X. Frequently asked questions. Fans will have access to the fan club. When will HR email and text subscriber pre-sale codes? So they're very little. Sorry, I'm gonna go back a little bit. But yeah, that's been her last several months and my last month, and as I help her since my contract ended. And then we have 3 family members visiting in April because God hates us. So there's very little time at the moment. We're swamped pretty much straight until my new job starts. Oh, wow. Well, as long as you're doing it together. Oh, when's your new job start? Is that with the same contract people you were with last time? Of this month. So in a couple weeks. 2 weeks away. Oh, well, that's good. Are you working on the same thing or a different thing? That's not a bad... I got 0 rest time between jobs. No, it's an adult comedy show. Oh, that's cool. The thing is, if you had a normal, steady job, you would have 0 rest time between jobs anyways. You would go to work every day. You're in a luxury. You're like, oh, I get a couple weeks, almost a month between going back to show work and the crunch and the grind. But you know what I'm doing? Because I love my wife, I'm gonna crunch and grind to help her make her thing come true. Because I burn myself out every time I finish a contract trying to make sure I finish everything on time. That's why you gotta front load yourself. You. So now I'm just burnt out starting a new job. No, you also are helping Can with her thing. So do you have any... Can't front load myself when I only get work. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's true. If they only give you, here's the first 2 days of work, can't animate the scene when the storyboards aren't done. Yeah. No, I get that. That's true. If they don't have it all done, or if they're only giving it to you piecemeal because they're like, oh, okay, we have this many contractors, we'll divvy this out and then do that. No, I guess that's true. But on a separate thing to help with burnout, do you have any like passion things you're doing? Anything, even if it's outside of animation, anything you're doing? My last show was, here's your batch, you only get 1 week to do it all. Oh wow. I don't know if it's like, I don't really have time for hobbies this month. Aww. Do you want me to come and take you out for coffee? I barely got any video game time on my new fancy PC. Well, maybe I should come and visit. Come by, say hi. Take a bunch of, what's it called? Immune suppressants, so I don't start sneezing and gooing from the eyes. La, la, la. I mean, the weather's supposed to be getting nicer. No, my kids we've actually been pretty good. No one's been really sick. I mean, the boys have a bit of a runny nose, but it's not bad. Like I said, this week's been good. This week, like, everything's been running really smoothly. The kids, even with, like, appointments and things, it's been a really smooth and good week. Like I said, probably one of my more productive weeks, which is pretty awesome. And we had, like, a lot of things going on. And we still have, like, a lot. Like, I'm going out tonight to go play Warhammer. I have the guys coming over tomorrow morning to play Warhammer. I have to watch the boys in the afternoon because Anna and the girls are going to their cousin's birthday. And then I think Anna's taking the girls to church on Sunday. So it's like, this whole weekend's just going to be a blur. Cece's really into Minecraft. Go out and play some Magic at out of the box while I was unemployed. Ooh, no, you don't, no. When you're no dipping your toe in the Magic. No, you don't want to dip your toe into Magic. That's how you go down the rabbit hole. Oh, one booster pack here, one, not paying for Magic cards. Oh. Just bringing my commander deck I already own to game night. It's free. I guess, yeah, that's true. Does Can play Magic? She does. Oh, you know what? We should do a little commander. I mean, like, in person. Like, real cards. I'll bring my real cards. Actually, you know what's funny? You mentioned... What's in the book? This lovely book is... Commander decks. Oh, yes, all the Commander decks. I played back in the day, started around Ice Age. Your blood feuds as well as my people trying to get through turns as fast as possible scares her off. No, that's just silly. I'm not a blood feuder, and yes, taking turns really long is actually kind of ridiculous. Ice Age, man, I played in... You blood feud more than I do now. I'm chill. Ice Age. What was after Ice Age? When did Onslaught come out? I think it's Ice Age and then a couple things, then Onslaught. Magic. Ice Age. Because after Ice Age, what was after Ice Age? It was a few things. Alliance, yeah. Alliance, then Cold Snap? Yeah. Yeah, no, that would... Or Cold Snap was a redone. I think they re-brought back some cards. Ice Age is like 25, I think. Oh, never mind. It's like 30. Yeah. Ice Age was pre-2000. Because I got into Magic in early 2000. Odyssey, I think, was when I started. Was Odyssey the new one? Or was it? Then there was Mirage, Visions, Tempest. Oops. What was after that? Then it was Uzura. Oh yeah, no. Mercenary. Wow, yeah, no, that's way before. Invasion. Odyssey. Odyssey was 2001. Okay, so it was early. I have dated myself. Oh, I already knew you were old. I knew you're only a little bit older than I am. Yeah, because I started being able to like play it and like afford it, or sort of, was Odyssey, which was like 2000, 2001. So yeah. I know it was 2011, and I think, yeah. Well, yeah, then I played always on and off for years. Like, pretty much whenever you find an opponent. I had an original Library of Alexandria, and I almost had a Mox. Tried my hardest to get a Black Lotus. Oh! And then you think about, did you get rid of all your cards? That's the thing. That's why I never ever really got rid of any of my Magic cards. I have so much, and I'm like, it's one of those weird things where it's like, oh, should I just unload all my Magic cards, just get rid of them all, because like, yeah, gone long ago. Yeah, the thing is because I remember I gave away Pokemon cards. I had like a bunch of those, and I gave them all to like my friend's little brother. And, I had like almost a complete set of the first edition of Pokemon cards, and it's reminded me of how tilted I am. Had a Sarah Angel statue at the time. Oh, wow. Yeah, like time, I don't know. That's the thing with like hobbies and stuff. Sometimes you never know what's going to be super big. Dragonite in a binder from her childhood. Oh, really? I had a Holo Charizard first friggin' edition, yo. And I remember I sold that for $50. No. If the sticker, if depending on the sticker, it can be removed. You can there's certain, especially if it's on the back, there's ways to remove stickers without damaging stuff. But yeah, no, very very interesting how like stuff will be worth different things. Same thing with like consoles. Like I remember I had a few consoles and I don't have them anymore. Wish I still had them. Maybe it would have been a PSA 8 or so, but now it's probably like a 4. Oh yeah. Well, did you hear PSA's not grading anything outside of the US now? Because of the tariffs? They're not gonna do anything from anywhere outside of the US. Yep. Even though they were technically, I think they were gonna. So it was last year, but they were talking about opening an office in Toronto to be the like the Canadian PSA thing. No. I don't think it's gonna kill the company at all. They do so much grading from just internally in the US And if people still want to get PSA, the thing is they're like, oh, we won't do it from outside of the US, but it's like, well, yeah, its reputation is like the biggest thing, right? It's the highest, whatever. But I think it was also because the other companies boost their market shares, then PSA loses value. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I considered getting some stuff I own, other things that I own PSA graded, and I was like, the shipping cost was the problem. That was the thing. I was like, oh, it's gonna cost me so much to ship, and then it's like, oh, if it gets graded poorly, it's like, oh, it's not really worth it. But yeah, nah. Collector stuff, all sorts of things. Huh. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to do PSA are skins of the top. If you have them grade something valuable, they charge you a percentage of what it will sell. Yeah, I saw some of that stuff. I saw that. It's like, oh, if it's a valuable card, we're going to charge you more for grading it. It's like, it's kind of a scam for everything that isn't Pokemon, sports cards, or vintage Magic. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I have some sports cards that are quite old. And vintage Magic, I mean, like, alpha. Yeah, no. When you say, to me, vintage is only alpha beta. But technically, you could say anything that's 30 years old is vintage. But I also consider maybe vintage is like also like not mass produced to the point where it's like there would be a lot out there. I'm vintage. You're like a fine wine. You're just getting better with age. But yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Hey, are you still kicking around? What other hobbies do you have? Or are you now in a meeting? What's going on? My hat's looking funny. My hat's looking a little weird here. Coins! Oh, really? Coins. Interesting. I guess I kind of inherited a coin collection from my dad, but I think that's gone somewhere else. But yeah, my dad was really big into coins. Yeah, that sounds right. Yep, sounds exactly right. Just you get into it. At first, I was into more like the like finding of interesting coins, like in change and things like that, and trying to find. I think I have a couple silver quarters. Oh yeah, I know there's a few different places that buy vintage currency. I actually have a jar. I like, you know when people would put like their change in a jar? Oh, wow, old Roman coins. Okay, so that's some like crazy stuff. I have some like old American stuff. But like when I say old, maybe like 50s. You know, like trying to find that old penny or whatever, or old quarters. I don't have anything like crazy old. Nothing minted from like, you know, turn of the century type stuff. That's pretty cool though. An old Roman coin. And then they had like a bunch of, you know, like the commemorative coins, and then they have like they come in a case and all these other things. Because the thing is also there's the idea of coins, if they're minted in silver or gold, you know, in a valuable metal, their equivalent weight, you know, when you buy it, if the value of the metals, you know, is always going up, right? So that was like the other kind of concept behind coin collecting. But yeah, no, I never. My dad was into it, and then yeah, that's kind of one of the things. But coins are interesting. It's like the Beanie Babies, Beanie Babies. That's a bottomed out market. One day they'll be worth the millions. No, but see, that's the thing. The Beanie Baby craze was like they were pushing their own thing. Yep, value of the metal is built in, and then the collector aspect of it makes it more. Sometimes, yeah, that's the big thing, right? Like, especially if it's like, again, something very old. What is it? Misstamps? No, it's like a misprint. What's it called? Failed minting? Whatever. Like, when it's not like done correctly, and there's like a batch of like bad coins, those go up in crazy value. It's crazy how much I learned about coins. Yeah, well, so that's for bills, right? But for coins, because the way they're minted, it's like it's a lot harder to kind of spot those like differences. But yeah, and again, it's like as long as there's people out there who value them too, right? Look at Pokemon cards. You know, now you have a generation that are older, that have money, that are like, you know, dumb like Logan Paul, and are like, oh, I'm gonna buy a Charizard for a bunch of money. Yeah, like my Beanie Babies. No, I don't think that's the thing. Beanie Baby hype was built in from their like that was their marketing, was hype it up. There was also those like collector dolls, collector teddy bears. Everything at one point there was like, if they tried to say it's like, oh, this is going to be worth more. My sister got a collector teddy bear, and it was like one of those things that comes in like a nice box. And my mom had gotten it for her birthday. So my sister's whatever 4 or 5 gets this teddy bear, right? My mom wouldn't let her take it out of the box because it was a collectible, right? And I'm pretty sure that teddy bear is somewhere in this house. Barbie dolls, lol. Sister did those. I feel like China and porcelain dolls market is, yeah. Well, especially China, like plates. There was all these collectible plates, and people would arrange them. And it's funny. My mom will go to like a thrift store. She's like, "Oh, can you like find out if this plate's worth any money?" I'm like, "None of them are worth money. People don't want plates." I don't know anyone our generation who cares about them. I think it's our parents who are nostalgic for them. Yeah, it's true. Well, it's the same with cars. I'm a big car guy, right? And so like I still like classic American muscle cars. But I'm probably in the last generation that's going to care. All the cars that I grew up with, all the Japanese cars that I played in video games or was in Fast and Furious and stuff like that, all those cars are now worth way more than a lot of American muscle cars. And it's cool and it's sad and neat at the same time, because it's like a lot of classic American muscle cars were always going to be priced out of a range for me to ever buy. Now, as like the people who want to buy them are dying, and they're just popping up more and more and more, and there's no one of that generation able to buy or like buying them or even driving. Some of these neat cars are coming up, and I'm like, ooh, ah, right? And then all the cars that I like, that I grew up with, have skyrocketed in price. And, you know, my shipbox race car, which I got for like $300, and I've had for like whatever, over a decade and a bit, maybe 2 decades now, is now worth more without an engine in it. 06 Honda Civic. Okay, 06 Honda Civic is actually not that good. Children and their initial Ds. Well, initial D is a big factor on why a lot of these cars are super popular. Like the 86, there's a reason why Toyota brought that back. Like, Toyota was like, oh, they literally have a different platform, and The AE86 is the chassis code. It's the code of what the thing is built on. And so they're like, yeah, when I was younger, I wanted a... Yep, a Spider. I didn't know they made a Spider. The 300 GT was cool because there was the Mitsubishi 300 GT, and then the... What was it? The Stealth? The Ford... Was it Ford Stealth? Wasn't the Laser. No. What was it? 95 only. Because there was the Mitsubishi 300 GT. This thing. And then it had... Oh, Dodge Stealth. Dodge Stealth was the thing. I can't remember. My uncle either had this or he had an Eclipse. I think he had no, he had an Eagle Talon. That's what he had. I remember being a kid, being like, and he had the 80s Eagle Talon, and I thought it was the coolest car ever. Yeah. Series 1 and then Series 2 ended in 97. The VR4. Yeah, I didn't know that they had a... Oh, yeah, there it is, the Spider. 1 year. Retractable hardtop. That's crazy. This car is actually one of those underappreciated, kind of like slept-on classic cars now. It's... But it was also because it was extremely complex and very hard to work on. So it kind of like didn't gain... But now this is getting a resurgence because all the cool cars are way too much money. You know, I remember when I wanted a Mitsubishi Eclipse because of Fast and Furious, and I went so far as to like deal with like an importer and all this stuff, and I wasn't even going to get like the GTX model, which is like the turbo all-wheel drive one. I just wanted like an Eclipse. I just wanted one so badly, and I was going to spend so much money that I didn't have as a kid, and buy one that probably was like a write-off car that was like imported and like cleaned up and like made to kind of be sellable. And it was like non-turbo, front-wheel drive, not even... I think it was an automatic too, so it wasn't even a manual. And I wanted it so bad. And I remember I drove like an hour and a half, and I drove there a few times to just talk to this guy about like maybe kind of cutting a deal. And I'm happy I never bought that car, because I think it would have just been a bad choice. But yeah, I remember wanting... And then there's another car I bought. I bought an old Nissan 240, and it had like rusted frame rails, and I wish I had the knowledge I have now, or I've gained over the years. And I could have kept that car, but I like sold that car for nothing, and got screwed over. The guy actually didn't even pay me like $2,000, which, whatever. He got into a horrible accident, so serves him right. But yeah, I could have fixed that car. Ugh, so many things. It's crazy. But I have cars I like. I have my daily, which I love, which has a leaking gas tank now, which is going to be a pain in the butt to fix. And then I have my project car, which eventually I can get to when I have money. And then I have a race car, which I can get to when I have money. Don't worry, Sensei. You can pass down all the knowledge to me in my hurt for a nice, cheap, affordable, reliable daily driver. To me, in my hunt... Yeah, I'll carry on your hopes and dreams in the next gen. Yes, yes. See, the kicker is the reliable daily driver, cheap, affordable, honestly, it's funny. I have a buddy, and he like went to school to be like an airplane mechanic, and I remember me and him he wanted my help finding a car, and then his father was like, hey, I'll give you my old Forester, it hasn't run in like 2 years. And so I go and I look at it, and the thing's like clapped out. But I'm like, you could put like $1,000 or $2,000 in it, and it'll run and it'll work. And I I'm probably just looking for a. See, you say those two words, Toyota Corolla, Honda Civic. Those aren't cheap cars. Cheap and affordable, yes. Reliable, nah. So you know what? You want a cheap car now? Buy like a 2016 or 2018 Kia. Cheap. You can get them cheap. Their production of their the reliability has gone up a lot. But the thing is, buying a 2018 Kia, like a Kia Rio, a little car, will cost you half of buying like a 2010 Honda Civic. That's the thing. Because you also have to take in consideration like maintenance and parts. And if the older the car you buy, the more you're paying in maintenance and parts, just because you're going to have to maintain it more. So back to the story about my buddy, mechanic, blah, 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 blah. So he wanted all these cheap things. I'm like, dude, do you have a stable job? He's like, yes. I'm like, do you know that you're going to be able to make whatever X amount payment a month? He's like, yes. I'm like, just buy a new car. Unless you want to make the investment of buying tools and figuring out a place where you can work on it and learning all the stuff and researching things and like hunting for stuff to maintain a car on the cheap, you have to do it yourself. To do that, you need to invest in tools. You need to invest your time. You need to invest your blood, sweat, and tears. And it's not for everyone. Now, I'm not going to say it's not a bad skill to pick up. Learning about how to fix cars is really great. And there's a lot of really basic things people can do, like changing your tires, like just changing from winter to summer, doing your brakes, oil change, an oil change for, now it's, you pay like $100 and something bucks for an oil change. So there's like certain things you can learn to do yourself, which will cut costs. But yeah, unless you're willing to do the work, you might as well just buy a new car. Because then at least you know that you don't have to think about anything. It's got a warranty. That's why we bought the van. I was like, I don't want to buy a van and then be stuck having to work on it. I know other car guys that did that. They're like, I'll just buy a cheap van and then I'll maintain it. And then it like breaks on them and they're working full time and they don't have the time to like fix it. But it's like their family vehicle. I was like, nope. Anything happens with my van, take it to the dealership. It's under warranty, fix it. Everything goes. I even do my oil changes and all my stuff at the dealership because at the end of the day, if anything happens, I could be like, hey, you guys did it. My own personal car, I work on. But that's my own personal car, and a lot of the time, my kids aren't in my personal car. And if they are, it's short distances. I never take my kids really far in the car. But yeah. But yeah, whenever you're ready to like go car hunting, you just need to know your budget and your plan. Can you drive manual? Can you drive stick? Oh, okay, that's actually a huge asset because manual cars. But the thing is, manual cars are cheaper. Thing is, there's a whole generation that doesn't want to drive, and then the ones that do want to drive don't want to learn how to drive manual. Car knows when your warranty runs out, works fine till it runs out and then breaks like crazy. Well, no, it's not the car knows. It's literally the engineers that make these cars. The reason a warranty exists is because they're like, oh, our stuff should be good up until this point. After this point, it can break. So we make our warranty X amount. So that's why you see different warranties on different cars, because they know that after that warranty period, then the chance of breaking keeps growing, right? So manufacturer warranties are kind of like I don't want to say it's a scam, because it's like not every car is the same. Even though they're all made on the same plant, they're not all the same. And you can get a lemon. My sister bought a brand new car. She has had a rental longer than she's owned her new car, because she got a lemon. It was like one thing broke, and then like her entire infotainment display shuts down, and they're like, oh, we're waiting for this component to come in, so the car just stays there, and you spend whatever 40, 50 grand on a car, and it's like, what the hell, why isn't it working? So yeah, she's been having a headache, and my sister's not very confrontational. Luckily, her husband to be is like a warrant in the military, and he brought some hurt down on them, which was good. The dealership finally is like getting their shit together. But yeah, but that's the thing. The warranty is kind of to protect you from the lemon. You know, the 1 in 1,000 cars, or 1 in 10,000 cars, or 1 in 100,000 cars that it's gonna like have that. I think it's actually 1 in 100,000. I can't remember what the lemon thing is. But yeah, the engineer, it's just designed that way. The same thing with most things. Why would you give a warranty to something that's like, oh, it's gonna break? It's like, no. You give a warranty in the frame of that. If anything happens, we're covering you. So when do I make lemonade? When do you make lemonade? Well, statistically speaking, you should never be able to make lemonade because each person shouldn't get a lemon that many times. Like, statistically speaking, in your lifetime, if you bought a new car every, like, whatever, 5 years, you statistically should never have more than 1 lemon. Statistically. But we know stats can go out the window sometimes. You could just be the most unluckiest fool there is. And also this car market's getting kind of crazy. You know, tariffs are going to affect car prices, especially the used car market, because if new car prices go up, it means demand's going to go down, which means people are going to retain the vehicles that they currently own, which means the used car market's going to dry up even more than it did after COVID. So then the value of like the 2006 Honda Civic, which used to be like a $400 car, is going to be like, oh yeah, I got a 2006 Honda Civic and it's got 300,000 on it, and I want 15 grand. Runs like the day I got it, even though it's had like 20 owners. You know, like, that's the thing we're at. Like, it's nuts. It's so crazy, the used car market. Your best bet is if you have a family member who is upgrading, who's actually just like, I am going to buy a new car anyways, ask to buy their used car. Because 1, a dealership is going to gouge them for a trade-in. 2, they could take the time to sell it to some rando, or they could sell it to someone that they know, you know, and you might even get a nice little deal out of it. But that's like the best bet nowadays. And that's the thing that's happening. A lot of people are more willing to sell their vehicle to a friend or a family member than to go through the headache of trading it at a dealership or selling it online themselves. Or in some cases, just getting jacked. I don't know if you saw, but there was like was it a Twitter post or an X post or some post from the police, and they're like, yeah, if you're doing like Facebook Marketplace or any kind of online sales and stuff, make sure you do your exchanges in like a public place or a safe. I guess they have safe areas now. They tell you like, this is a safe place to go to make your exchange, and don't have people come to your house. Yeah, because apparently apparently the people are just like showing up to buy, like, oh yeah, come to buy your toaster, and then they just rob you. A lot of people met up at coffee shops, schools, police stations. Yeah. And now I understand, like, because we did a lot of like buying kids clothes, and a lot of it's like you don't even interact with the person. They like leave the box outside, and there's like an e-transfer kind of setup that's done. But yeah, I know. It's a crazy world we live in. Yeah, you want to buy my $2,000 gaming PC? Sure, it's nice until you realize that the person you're talking to knows that you're carrying a $2,000. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, I don't think personally you want to be selling anything that's more than like $100. Because it's like, yeah, if it has value, and the thing is, there's no like real guarantee with stuff nowadays, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, no, crazy world we live in. Crazy world. Hey, 4, are you a North American? North American or a North American? take back roads home because they follow you. Yeah, that's true. They'll follow you. Yeah, NA. Cool. Yeah, so it's because I get European followers too. And so sometimes I like to know where people are, because then if I'm talking to them, it's a lot easier to do like relatable content, relatable conversations. Man, I'm gonna go piss myself laughing if the new US tariff makes us switch. Isn't it supposed to be like that? I thought someone was saying like if you want to play Mario Kart, whatever the new Mario Kart's supposed to be, it's going to be like $750. It's 6. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know. I wonder how Nintendo's going to kind of do their marketing for the Switch 2. It's like you're trying to switch people off of your big platform to your next platform. And it's like, are you going to gatekeep a lot of stuff? Because isn't there a game, a Nintendo exclusive that's gatekept to just the Switch? It's not like a kid's game. I can't remember. I read something about that. I think only GameCube emulator is confirmed. Yeah, which I was pissed about. I was like, that's dumb. I'm paying for Nintendo, whatever, Nintendo Online. I believe are either confirmed for both or unconfirmed. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't know. It's all... The world's going flippity-floppity. And, yeah. See, I wonder if Steam's gonna change stuff. PS6, the new system can't play old games. Really? I didn't know that. And then switch the plug style so nothing works with it. I knew about the switching of the plugs. Yeah, no, I think it's one of those like how long? Wait, how long? How long has the Switch been? Switch. How long has the Switch been? Switch came out in 2017, the original one. Huh. Yeah, so next 9 years, yeah. I mean, that's kind of a long console life. I mean, I guess it's still going to be in production after. Like, they're not cutting production of the Nintendo Switch to favor the Switch 2. Upcoming. Price. $450 US for coming out. As long as console life expectancy considered that the Switch never got internal hardware refresh, only the OLED. That's true. Yeah. It's always been the same stuff. Hybrid history. I want to know, there was stuff about like console, blah blah blah, Joy-Cons. I know the changing the Joy-Con thing is like a big one. Distribution, online services, library. Oh yeah, so they were talking about this. Metroid 4 Beyond. Information reported suggests that the game Metroid 4 Beyond will be a Switch version despite initially being announced for this. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yep, that's going to be direct April. Yeah, that was just the one that just came out, huh? was the game that they were talking about? I don't know. Backwards capability. The Switch will be backwards capable with most Switch games, but both physical and digital. Wait, Metroid was confirmed capable with Switch 1, by the way. This wiki page is wrong. Games are not directly compatible with hardware changes in the Switch 2. Oh. Missed the Magic talk? Yeah, you did. We were talking about, like, collecting cards and things. Certain Switch games will have upgrade. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Upgrades. It's like, yeah, you want to play your digital copy of your game upgraded onto the new Switch. You got to pay money for that. Games are backwards compatible except for games that use Joy-Cons in weird ways, like Ring Fit. Yeah. Since it won't fit in the Ring controller. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom. You wanna play your Tears of the Kingdom? You wanna play Breath of the Wild? You wanna play this? But Fire Emblem, Mario, Zelda, etc. will all work fine. Mario Odyssey, Scarlet. Yeah, I don't know. That's craziness. And then who's gonna is like, and it was it Nintendo? No, was it Xbox? That's talking about getting out of the console industry because they're just like, we have our live service, not live service, our Xbox Game Pass. So officially, it's like, we'll just give you a computer in a nice box. Xbox said they're still making consoles for 2027, 2028. Oh, okay. Eventually, they're just it's gonna go back to the Xbox, which is literally just computer hardware in a box connected to the internet and it works. But they are shifting a lot of their business choices to kind of look like they aren't. Yeah, I think they're gonna sell. It's like how Steam made the Steam Deck, and the Steam Deck is like the only competitor to the Switch. But it's like, if things go the way they are, it's like, unless Nintendo's super, we're not letting anything go. I think they won't, but they might partner up with Asus to make a Steam Deck type system. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Is if they keep their Game Pass, and then it's like you buy a Steam Deck similar thing. But I think the days of direct Xbox consoles are gone. Yeah, it's gonna be like you buy a device, and then you buy Game Pass, and then it's like Netflix but games. I mean, even all the streaming services. Well, and now we have delayed this game by another month. Sony is also struggling to really keep... Oh, are you saying my game's been delayed by another month? All the big IPs come out on PC all after 6 months to a year. That's the thing. As long as Steam holds that strangle of it'll eventually go to PC, then why not make it so that all your hardware can just run Steam, right? And then try to take a cut. Oh, we kept you talking about not working. Yeah, I know. It's fine. It's Friday. I did do a prototype. I don't know, were you here for the prototype? You did pop in. That's normal, he never was. Shut up. I did some prototyping. Where's my prototype? You know, this got prototyped. We got this prototype. Again, the code part of it, I do have to do the research on making the drag and drop code. But this at least gives me an idea of what I need to be coding for. Because the idea in this will be, you select whatever skill you're going to be training, and then you drag and drop whatever, you pick one of these, or you pick one, you drag and drop it into here, and then you can shuffle these if you want to make the way you want your word to fit. I may make 3 of the same, like flame, flaming, and flamey. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like different conjugations? That's the term? Conjugating? Because like flame, flaming, fiery. Just because if someone is like a little nitpicky about like, I don't want my attack to sound stupid, I'll give you like different versions of the same element, or different words of the same element, so you can put it in here. And then this is where the hero is going to be, so you can like, whenever you add the stuff, you can like play the attack. Also, this is here because I have to also do a prototype for right mouse click selecting. So you click the right mouse button, and so it would be default stab. You right click, twin stab. You right click again, flaming twin stab. You right click again, and this would like highlight. So it would highlight into this, it highlight into this, it highlight into this, so that you know which version of your attack you're using. The whole reason why is anything that is got these little stars on it, that consumes mana. And then you can strain, which means if you don't have enough mana, you can literally take damage, anime style, go plus ultra beyond break my balls type attack. You could set it up as a conjugation, if that's the correct term. I don't remember 4th grade English. This word is set up as an endpoint, but adding conjugation lets you put another word after it. See, that's the thing. I'd rather just like make it so that I kind of just I can give them the words, and then they just pick one, right? So like this could be an ultra flaming twin stab, right? If someone likes the idea of making this flaming, or fiery, ultra fiery twin stab type kind of jargon. Example: flame is coded into to be a stop point, but flame plus ing lets you put something afterwards. Oh, I see what you're saying. No. Because the way that it works, it parses my whatever the word, like, so this whole thing gets saved as one string, okay, with spaces. Then my code will parse, so it'll take every segmented word and output what that actually does. So like ultra is I think 100% damage boost. Flaming is a fire element. Twin is a twin, like the attack is procced twice. I have a stat that previews so you can see the word arrangement will affect your stats. The word arrangement won't, though. That's the thing. Word arrangement does not affect stats. That's why I'm going to use a drag and drop thing. It's each individual word has their individual thing that it gives. Arrangement doesn't make a difference. So let's say we pulled out twin and we added water. It sounds stupid, but ultra flame water stab gives 2 elements instead of the hitting twice. That's how my parsing of the attack names works. So it doesn't care what you put in, it'll differentiate and separate. So I don't know if I made it so you could have 3 elements, like wind, flame, water stab. But I'm starting to get hungry. But yeah, no, I did do something. So shut up. I did this prototype because I need to code super, mega, twin. No, the problem is you have too many words. The cap is 3. And the like super, mega, ultra, those 3 words are like total damage boost things, and they're high mana consumption. So the cap is 3 words. So yeah, I might maybe do some fancier things with like if you drag and drop. So let's say you have flame, and then you put in a second flame. I might have that like merge to make like lightning or another element. I'm not sure yet. I cheat and can have 6 words, lol. Well, that's the thing. If would it? I wonder if my parsing code would allow that. I don't think it. I don't know. We could test that actually. We could see if my parsing code would allow something like that. Is it in here? No, it's in here. Where is it? End event. Where did I put it? Let's just go here. Oh, here, parse. Okay, yeah. So let's see if that will open this up. We can test that actually. We can see if this works. Let's run it and see if we get an output. And then Steve makes a move called super fast quick. So look, okay, here we go. No, that's not what we want. Plank of wood. What did it break? Yeah, it did break. It's not happy with one of my things. The word did not equate to something. What do I have in here? Okay, we got to look at the words that exist. Okay. Let's do, because I know I can do different things. I'm gonna try adding two of these, like blast slash blast blazing mega duo. So let's go. This has got to be blazing. Blaze. Is it blazing? Blazing is what I said. And then let's add blast to this. Because the thing is, right now it doesn't. It's. This is just like for testing purposes. But I want to see if this will actually output more than my allowed. Okay. So magic, element fire, water. Movement, none. Multiplier, extra damage, 100%. Yeah, so it overwrote the slashing. See, it gave us both elements. We have both fire and water. And then we have an extra damage, 100. No, because there's no way, the way that it's coded, there's no way you can actually add extra things. The only way you'd be able to do that is if you were able to decode my save file, find the string, write the correct sequence of words. But even then, this situation, it wouldn't work. But it might work if I do this. I will game genie it. The game genie. Now, Game Shark. Game Shark. I think I broke a rental with a Game Shark. I think I rented a game from Blockbuster, and I had a Game Shark, and I'm pretty sure Blockbuster even rented the Game Shark, and I think I bricked not Xbox, a N64 game with a Game Shark. I think I did that. It feels like a memory where I did something at the game, because like the Game Shark was like a stackable thing, so you put that in the slot first and you stick the Game Shark on top. And yeah, I don't remember. But okay, wait, 1 sec. Let's add another element. Icy. Oh, okay, so I already did comment icy. Yep, I have the NES one. Oh yeah. Hey, you still have your NES. I got rid of my game, my N64 and my GameCube, and I kind of regret not keeping them. It's more, I regret not keeping them because of my kids. That's the big reason I regret. My wife kind of went on a little binge of, I think we own like 3 Wiis. Oh, really? Hey, if you want to get rid of one of your Wiis, I'll take it off your hands. You still have your Virtual Boy. Oh, wow. Now you're dating yourself. Saying you still have a Virtual Boy. I'm trying to think about what did my grandparents had a console that was like my dad's. I had a Pokemon themed Game Boy Color. I regret selling it in the yard. You sold a Game Boy. I still have my Game Boy Pocket. It doesn't work, and I'm not sure why. I have to take it apart. I still have my Game Boy Pocket. I have a Game Boy Advance that Eevee dropped, and it just exploded. Like, I don't know if the plastic just so old, it exploded. Luckily, there's such a big Okay, cool. So I can. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a hiccup here. It looks like, so this is outside of the realm of the number of words. But it did give me, so elements, I can stack multiple elements. So I have fire, water, and ice. Still have my original Game Boy, green pixel and all. Yeah, OG Game Boy. See, I got the Game Boy Pocket, which was like OG Game Boy, but smaller. And then when the Pocket came out, and when I got it, is when the Color came out. So my parents got me the Pocket, and all my friends got the Color. That game is like... when I started at Merck in 2019, I got my coworkers who really liked Pokemon speedrunning and wanted to get into it, my copy of Heart Gold. That game is like $250. Yeah? I see if you know this one. I had a Power Glove. Oh, of course I know the Power Glove. Yeah. Yeah, that's still it. That's still not the Power Glove. What was the gun? The two-handed gun. I had a friend who had that. I mean, I didn't know anyone who had the Power Glove. That was kind of like a out of reach kind of fanciful thing. But I had a friend who had like the I feel like it would shoot ping pongs or something, but it didn't. It was like like a laser light thing. And then Duck Hunt. Again, my parents were not very big into getting me consoles when I was a kid. So I played a lot of consoles at friends' houses. And it wasn't until I got the N64 was actually my very first console. I think that was the best Christmas gift ever. Yeah, that was a pretty stoked Christmas, that one. But yes, for breaking stuff. So right now, I guess my code does allow for multiple elements. It only takes one damage type. Now let's see if I can slap in some multipliers or some other things. So let's try. What are my multipliers? Let's try just add duo, or we could do pair. How about duo and or twin and triple? Let's try that. So we'll get rid of all this. Twin and triple. Is that button still here somewhere? Did I put a button here? I thought I had a testing button. Did I have a testing button somewhere? I thought I had a testing button. Did I not put a button to run this code so I could just update it? Oh, Steve. Oh, you missed. Okay, I gotta show you something. So this item I don't need. Delete this. But this, Steve. Let's. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Focus? Start? Oh, there it is. Okay, Steve. Look at it. Oh, I have to take that off, but... Do you see this? I just feel like... If you know this... Look at that! Hora. Ta 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 ta. I have a menacing thing. I did that the other day too. That's just random. Let's look at this. Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy that you still have that. That must be worth some money now. That was one of those things that was like, again, one of those like fringe, someone had that and I didn't. I had the, what's it called? You know what I had? I had the, what the heck's the slideshow thing? What were they called? Slide show. I don't even know what it's called. It was red. It had a little thing, and it changes the picture. That's what I like remember. Man, yeah, Virtual Boy. Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't remember the name. Oh yeah, it's lunchtime. Let's just 1 second. I wonder why I can do. I want to. Oh, hello. You can come at the end of the party. I see how it is. Yeah, yeah. What are you doing? Sleeping? Element. Total extra damage. Floats the sum. It's up at. I was up at 2:30 and finished all my work for the day. Wow. Why are we up so freaking early? I went to sleep too early yesterday. Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty early. That's pretty early. If you're going to bed at like I don't know what time you eat, but so there it is. I went to bed at 7. Yeah, that's actually pretty early. That's pretty early. It's way earlier than I would actually go to sleep. I think I went to bed at like 11 or something. Yeah, so this one and this one can. Oh, well, these are ints though. No, this is a string attack type. So movements, multipliers. I might have to do something with multipliers. It's called Viewmaster. There we go. The Viewmaster. Why did I put View Hamster? Wow. Yes. Yep. I had one of these. They had different versions. Because, like, I think this is the one I had. I remember mine was, like, rounder. Yeah, I had the rounder one. I had this, like, version of it, I think. Yeah. And I think I had, like, birds or something. Do you remember phonics? Do you remember phonics? And the phonics books had records. The little records that came with the book. Yeah, I remember doing phonics with the, like, record player. Or two-sided cassettes that had, like, Disney things on it. Nope. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy how only like a 5-year gap in age can like change how much technology like flips. And I'm assuming Mr. 4 is probably in their 40s, because I'm in my late 30s, so therefore you got to be in your early 40s or late 30s. 43. I knew it. See? Yeah. So that makes total sense. Why our nostalgia things are very close in time frames. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, but that's the thing. 5-year difference. So you would have been older, which means that makes sense that you'd have access to or you would have gotten those toys that for me I was too young to have. Right? Yeah, see, you know this one. Laserdisc? Oh yeah, but Laserdisc got overhyped. There's people who still want to have Laserdisc today. It's overhyped. It's just the format wars, right? 8-track and cassette, Laserdisc, and I guess CD. What about what were those so we had the USB keys, right? With kilobytes of memory. But then there was those. No, floppy disks are before that. And the thing is, people think floppy disk and they think the one that's the save image, but that's not a floppy disk because it's not floppy. Right? Floppy disk. See, everyone thinks this is a floppy disk. That's not a floppy disk. This is a this is a floppy disk. Laserdisc was the small size of the vinyl disc. Yeah. Yeah. I had this one, the 8-inch one. Oh no, I didn't have the 8-inch one. I had the 5-inch. Sorry, my parents would have 8-inch. 5-inch one was the one. Then we went from that to this. But there was another thing. There was a compact. They don't even show it. There was a compact. It was still a cartridge. So it wasn't this. So it was like this, but it was a compact. I guess almost like a 2 gigabytes. That's a big key for this. I remember kilobytes. I remember Kingston Instruments and kilobytes. Is it this thing? Yeah, maybe it's this. No, this is the 3 floppy. No. I can't find it nowadays, but it's a very specific. You needed to plug in a special drive reader, and it was wasn't a mini disc. Maybe it was mini discs. Was it mini discs? No. I don't remember what it is. But yeah, kilobytes. I remember when I had a USB key that had whatever 120 kilobytes or something like that, and I was like, this can hold so many images, so many text documents. Yeah, crazy. Or maybe this kilobytes. Yeah. But yeah, that's 5-year difference, generation to generation. The tech changes, right? Hey, don't worry, buddy. You're getting old too, and you're gonna be like, oh, I remember when I used USB keys, and then they're gonna be like, USB key? What the heck's that? Because everything's just gonna be like, I Bluetooth my data off my cloud, from the battery that's up my butt. I had the Hunt for Red October on a. Really? Talking about floppy disk games. What did I have? The Descent? The Descent? Was that it? Doom, yeah. This game, oh, it was okay. It was on CD. This game was so hard for me to play, but this image is burned into my head. It's actually crazy the technology, because this was like a full 3D. Like you could go anywhere in the world, and yeah, I had a hard time. The controls were very old, and like there was like gravity involved, and you could like up and down. But yeah, no, some like we should call this. I'm gonna probably have to change the stream name to like nostalgia trips, floppy disk games. What? There was a sea dive game. I don't know. And then remembering having to do it DOS boot ups. Oh wow, this is taking me back to like what other games are there? Yeah, there's definitely Doom. Lemmings! Oh my gosh, Lemmings! Wow, I haven't even thought about some of this stuff in so long. Maybe this has some cool... Treasure Mountain? I don't remember Treasure Mountain. Space Quest? I remember a Jill of the Jungle game. Goblins was great. Goblins. Jazz the Jackrabbit? Jazz Jackrabbit? Was Jazz Jackrabbit right? Jazz Jackrabbit. Oh yeah. I remember this game. Oh. Jazz Jackrabbit. And then there was what's the worm? The worm, he has like a suit. Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim. Oh, was that a CD? I guess it was a CD. It was 95. Okay. But I remember Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim. Do. See, that's the thing. Now it's like I'm blurring the DOS games and the CD games. DOS games. No, like DOS. DOS boot games. No. CDs. Goblin D's. How would I call it? DAS? No, not DAS. It's DOS. Like DOS. DOS Games 90s. Maybe that's. Okay, yeah. It's not like this. MS DOS. Yeah, maybe that's what I have to run it as. A search for MS DOS games. Oh, is this old Command & Conquer? No, that's not old Command & Conquer. I'm pretty sure this is Prince of Persia. No, that's Prince of Persia. Yeah. Yeah. What's it called? Hellstein? No, it's the one where we shoot Nazis. Oh my gosh, did I have this game? Oh man, this is like... Wolfenstein, yep, Wolfenstein, that's the one. And then I had like older Duke Nukem. Because that's Doom. What was this, XCOM? I had older Duke Nukem. Yeah, Hitler with machine guns. That's crazy, like, to think about it. It's weird that it looks... It's so funny because it's like, I like, remember this, but it's like in my brain, my child's brain, it looks so much better than what this is. But I remember having this. Amazing how these games were on kilobyte. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And that's what I was talking about with game development, is that a lot of this stuff, there was some like cutting edge, restrictions to how much storage space you have, and crazy games that were coming out. Pushing, oh yeah, I remember this gun, because you shot down and you got to fly. The restrictions, oh, I remember this level! That's when you break out, that's literally level 1. But yeah, and so that's what I was saying about game development now, is that we have game engines. Oh, is this SimCity? That's SimCity. That's SimCity. Boom. SimCity. Game engines that kind of bloat, but like, it doesn't matter, because modern hardware is so robust. And so it kind of is sad to think about how before optimization was such a big part of development, and now you can just be like, oh, we're releasing our game in another 2 years, so our current hardware we're using is going to like be better in 2 years anyway, so we can just ram as much garbage in here as we want, right? And then also developers, like, I have an okay computer, like, for developing, but like some of my friends that are game developers, the company computers they get are like insane, It's like their graphics card is worth more than my computer. My whole computer. But yeah. Oh. Remember AOL? AOL. And then for my other homies, remember getting CD-ROM games in cereal boxes? Games that came from CDs that came from cereal boxes, like what was it, Pajama Sam, I think came from a cereal box, and the Cobbler. They had like other, yeah, they had like other things. Oopsies, where am I going here? Ultima Online. Again, Ultima Online, you can't... It's like a blurred thing, because isn't Ultima still, like, going? Or some version of Ultima is still going? CDs in cereal boxes. Yeah, exactly. That's a thing. Okay. Casino games? Yeah, I remember that. Any of them in here? Yep. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, I had Monopoly. I don't think I had that one. I had Scrabble. I had, like, the Game of Life. Came in a cereal box. Yeah. Oh, man, cereal box games. There he is. There's the homie, Pajama Sam. Honestly, I might have, like, one of these CD cases kicking around. Jurassic Park had some surprising fun CD-ROM games. Yeah. Oh, man. This is like, yeah. Getting free copies of movies in the cereal boxes. Clue! Oh, I remember this game. I remember Clue. It wasn't half bad, actually, I don't think. There's Tarzan. Tonka? Ooh, that would have been cool. Gosh. And then demo discs. That was another big thing. I remember demo discs that came in, like, magazines. How you'd want to, like... You want the magazine for the demo disc, or you'd share the demo disc with friends so you could, like, play other games. Yeah. Just a trip down nostalgia. Oh, look at that. Look at the laser pointer hiding right there. You just go buy a laser pointer at the dollar store. Jam pack. Oh, wow. So many different things that... And again, it's like CD technology, like, I don't have a CD drive on my computer. my laptop, which I have from, is now over a decade old, which is still good. I can still play games on it. It's pretty dope. It plays Warframe. Like, come on. That's a pretty impressive. And, yeah, but like that has a CD, Blu-ray drive, whatever. Burning CDs. Oh, there it is. See, I knew Roller Coaster Tycoon was definitely a CD game that came in a cereal box. I played the crap out of that game. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go have lunch. Thanks for the nostalgia trip. I think I'm gonna like rebrand this stream to like a nostalgia trip. But yeah, no, thanks. It's interesting to think of all the stuff that interesting games, and I wish there was more time. You know? Now I got this like somber music playing in the background. Huh. I'm coming home. That's just funny. Probably get copyright striked on my YouTube stream or YouTube thing. Look at my weird hat angle. What is up with this? How do I fix this? Where's my angle? No, so it's this side that's flopping. So I need to do this. No, I need to do this. I don't know what I did. I still have like a derp. Can I like... just like... Perfect. No, it's still derping on one side. This is the derp side? No, this is the derp side. Hey, there we go. Now I'm looking great. And then I derp my hood. And then my house coat. Because it's so cold down here. This is what it's like in the Great White North. You have to bundle like this inside your homes because the igloo is melting. Oh, I guess it's not melting. It's freezing? Okay, whatever. I'm done. Peace out. Have a happy Friday, everybody. And thanks for rocking the nostalgia trip with me.